Thank you. Hi, and thanks for letting me kind of speak out of turn here. My name is Kim Frazier. Mr. Green spoke of me earlier. Alongside Sage Kohler, I am the organizer of the community group, Hardin Valley Planning Advocates. And I wanted to just briefly tell you, we are a group of Knox County residents who seek to ensure community advocacy on behalf of those living and working in the Hardin Valley area, specifically regarding ways to manage growth, coordinate infrastructure improvements with developments, and conserve resources by working with Knox County departments, MPC, and elected officials. I want to reiterate that to you. We want to work with you. We do not want to work against you. And I want to thank you for providing us with this opportunity to come here and be a voice for all of us living and working in this area, and to share our vision for the community and for our families. MPC and the Director of Engineering and Public Works has been and continues to be an incredible resource to us and a supporter of our efforts, and is helping us to bring attention to the growing challenges that our community is facing with the continued development, both residentially and commercially. But I also want to remind you that this northwest sector of Knox County continues to be the fastest growing. It has been for the past 8 years, and it is the most populated in Knox County. In 2003, you issued a Northwest Sector Plan that specifically addressed infrastructure and conservation concepts that would support and accommodate not only growth, but the social and community aspirations of the Hardin Valley area. I want to remind you that you suggested transportation planning, increased walkability, the addition of parks and recreational areas, new schools, the preservation of land for community spaces, all while protecting historic resources. That was in 2003, and yet nearly 600 building permits have been permitted in 2017. Again, we're not opposed to growth. We want our community to prosper. We want to share it with young families looking for affordable housing with great schools. But the development in our area has far exceeded basic infrastructure needs. And we need attention to shift back to acknowledging and addressing the infrastructure. You stated that it's not your responsibility. I disagree. It is your civic responsibility. And I believe that if you don't take into consideration all of these things, that you're being very narrow-sighted. My request to you today is what many of our community, people living in our community has expressed, is that you simply postpone any existing and future permits and rezoning so that you can responsibly look at this area possibly in a different way, in a way that hasn't been looked at before. We just ask you to come together, MPC, County Commission, and discuss implementing infrastructure planning suggestions. We don't want to stifle developers. We're just asking you to all come work together for smarter growth and better communities. So thank you very much. I know you have a very hard job, but you know, we understand too that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It took 2 years for us to get a middle school, and I didn't sleep until we got it. So you may see a lot of me, but thank you.
Yes, I admire your attitude about it being a marathon and not a sprint. I don't know how the vote's going to go today, but thank you all so much for coming out and expressing those views. I think it is somewhat in our purview. I think it's, in my view, it's kind of like a three-legged stool. It's us, school board, county commission. And I think you were all very articulate in expressing these views, and it's something certainly I and I think all the other commissioners as we move forward will take into consideration. So thank you.
Commissioner Smith?
Yeah, is there a list, or does anybody know, ranked schools in Knox County by how crowded or at capacity they are? I mean, like my son went to Rocky Hill, and he was in an annex trailer 3 of the 5 years, so I don't know if this is a problem that's just in Hardin Valley, but it'd be interesting to see where all the schools line up in terms of capacity and crowding? I mean, if we could get that, but.
Ms. Frazier, did you have a comment to that?
Answer his question.
Yep, great.
Having
thanks.
worked very closely with the school board, like I said, over the past now 4 years with getting the middle school built, those numbers are available to you at any point in time. Like Ms. Walsh stated, you have to request them. And we feel that it's your responsibility to do so. Anytime you're looking at land use or dirt, it's your responsibility to look at the area as a whole, to see the big picture, to see how is this land going to be used and how is it going to affect those in this area, not just, hey, it's great dirt.
That's kind of what but I mean, you've seen these reports, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
Is Hardin Valley the most overcrowded schools in Knox County?
It is,
It is. All three of the schools are at capacity or more than
at
any?
capacity. We are
Okay.
pushing a safety issue.
Okay, thank you.
And when the middle school opens, here's one thing I have to say. Your projections are way off. And I know that because I've lived it for the past 4 years. And I've even sat down with a superintendent who looked me straight in the eye and said, your numbers are more accurate than ours. Because we'll do the legwork for you if you want us to protect our community. We're willing. We want to work with you. But your numbers are way off. I mean, the way that you calculate things, it desperately needs to be reevaluated. And that's not me trying to tell you your job. That's just, again, me living through a 4-year process to get a school built. And the information that you're provided with may not be accurate, and you're not getting the information that you need to make a responsible decision. So when I hear that you have to request school enrollments to make a decision on land use, that's very troublesome.
Yeah, maybe I'm not requesting it for this decision. I just asked Gerald if he could get that for us, or if you want to send it to us, I'd love to see it as well.
I'll get it.
It would be interesting if that's the case. So anyway, sorry.
That could be a part of our training.
Yes, thank you.
And like I said, now that we have an organized group, if there is information that you want about our community, we're willing to give it to you. Thanks.
Thank you. Sir, do you have something else to add?
Yes.
State your name.
Rob Love, 11,005 Eagle Creek Lane. I'm going to respectfully disagree with a couple of comments that the commissioners made, and I'm pulling this straight off of the Knox County MPC website under Title 13 of the Tennessee Code. It says here, bullet points, places under a single cover long-range policies for land use, utilities, recreation, transportation, public facilities, and other concerns. It also reviews subdivision regulations and site plans and approves those proposals that encourage the harmonious development of the community and create conditions favorable to health, safety, convenience, and prosperity. That's part of your all's charter. It's all the way into the Tennessee Code annotated. And if you hear a thumping, that's my heart about to jump out of my chest because I'm nervous as all get out up here. But I'll tell you this, I'm equally as nervous every time my 16-year-old daughter drives down Hardin Valley to go to school or come from school. If you go half a block, hold on, if you go half a block in almost any major artery that we all use as a back road off Hardin Valley, it may be classified as a 2-lane road, but it was from back in the days of horse and buggy. These roads are not capable of withstanding the traffic that you put on them. And even at .4, I mean, come on, 118 homes here, you're only going to put 4 kids in by the ratio we're using to calculate this. You guys have within your authority, according to that Title 13 of the TCA, health, safety, convenience, and prosperity. We want everybody to be prosperous, including these subdivisions, but I want my kids safe. That's the bottom line. And I don't think it should take Rex on Hardin Valley to finally get somebody to wake up and say, oh, wait a minute, we need better roads. We're telling you right now, we've got an issue.
And to add to that or support that, the 2016 Knox County Transportation Plan, the needs assessment, on 2 separate reports, Hardin Valley, Pellissippi, and Schaefer were ranked number 1 for safety concerns and crash totals. And so every time you find a great use for land comes vehicles. We're not asking for more roads. Someone stated adding more roads isn't going to solve a problem. That's not what we're asking for. So,
Commissioner Clancy, did you have something else to say?
Sure. It is our job to long-range plan. There's not anything on this specific piece that requires us to change the sector plan. That's our long-range planning portion of our job. Most of us attend sector plan meetings. Most of the community should as well. So when you have input, that's how you plan your communities, where people are going to live. If roads and schools and I don't want the piece of property next to me developed or part of the criteria, most of you wouldn't have a house to live in this area. It's hard. Our job's not that easy. So with that said, I'd like to call the question.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve variance 1 because the site's shape and topography restrict compliance with the subdivision regulations, and the proposed variance will not create a traffic hazard. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
No. Call the roll.
Commissioner Anders,
No.
Commissioner Buston,
No, and could I just say one thing? I just feel very strongly that we just can't continue putting in subdivisions where there's no infrastructure for schools the whole life.
Commissioner Clancy,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
No.
Commissioner Crowder,
No.
Commissioner Eason,
No.
Commissioner Goodwin,
No.
Commissioner Lomax,
No.
Commissioner Uden is recused, Commissioner Phillips,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
No.
Commissioner Toker.
No.
Motion fails.
Motion fails.